Hey, what's up there, guys? Corey here with GottaBeMobile, and today we have the brand new Moto Z lineup from Motorola and Lenovo. And we have the Moto Z Force and the Moto Z. These are both Droid editions. As you all know, these are exclusives to Verizon, at least for the first little while. The Moto Z Force is the better of the two in terms of a couple of the specs and whatnot, and that is going to be exclusive to Verizon only. The Moto Z Force is only available on Verizon, and then of course later on this summer, the Moto Z will be available as a kind of global unlocked edition or GSM model, kind of like the Moto X Pure Edition from last year. So we have the new Moto Z, both of them. We have the Moto mods. It's all here. It's all available. They had an event today in New York City, and we can't really go over any of the pricing information or any of that, or the release date, as Motorola is still kind of being quiet on that. But they both should be coming very soon. But what we want to do now is just really quickly unbox the new Moto Z Force and maybe in the Moto Z as well, these Droid editions, and give you guys a quick look at them and what they have to offer, and go ahead and go from there. So here is the Moto Z Force Droid. I guess they're not calling them edition anymore. Kind of a long name, Moto Z Force. Go ahead and pull that out of the box, and we're going to go ahead and get started on that and see what this phone is all about. So go ahead and yank it out of the box and get to the good stuff, which is that new phone. So here it is. We have the kind of a black charcoal color option here. They do have a couple other colors. The gold looked pretty good, but I actually really like this black one. It's a nice look. So here is the brand new Moto Z Force, and obviously you got this little screen protector on it. Go ahead and yank that off and dig into this phone and see what all it has to offer. So as we all know, this is Motorola's brand new smartphone. And the kind of the key selling point here is a brand new big powerful camera up there on top, and of course the Moto mods modular customization, as you can see here. Kind of like, you know, the LG with the LG G5 earlier this year released a modular phone, but it didn't quite live up to the hype. So Lenovo and Motorola have a brand new operation here, and a lot of different things with style swap covers, which I think we actually have in the box. I see some wood. And all the customization is still kind of available through magnets and these little pins. And then we have stuff like a projector and speakers and a kickstand and battery packs and a lot of different customization through the entire Moto Mod platform. So this is the new Moto Z. Go ahead and get it started here. It's really thin, and surprisingly it feels really good in the hand. It's definitely a fingerprint magnet, but it is a really good looking phone in person. It looks really nice. So go ahead and tap one of these small buttons on the side and get that started. And while it boots up, let's see what else is in the box here really quick. So yep, it does look like Motorola and Lenovo and or Verizon are throwing in a style swap or customization style shell is what it looks like they're calling it here, a style shell for the Moto Z. So this is one of the wood options. It's made out of real wood, and it clips onto the back instead of being completely custom built, you know, and delivered, you know, all in one device like they did last couple of years with motomaker.com and what have you. So it does look like Motorola or Verizon are throwing these in the box. I don't know if that's because this is a review unit or if they are going to be kind of something that everyone on Verizon and or either, you know, even a mock model gets. So other than that, let's see what's in the box here with the all-new Moto Z Force Droid. We have this huge big charger and a super long cord, which actually is very appreciated. It is a USB Type-C. There's a new charging cord there, not your typical micro USB. Then we have the SIM slot removal tool, which also should house the micro SD slot to expand the storage, which is another, you know, important thing here. And then another very important thing that you won't want to lose that comes in the box is a USB Type-C to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter. Now the reason being is the new Moto Z and Moto Z Force do not have a port anywhere on this phone in terms of, you know, plugging in headphones. And that is because it is now all done with USB Type-C. So go ahead and run over some of the specs of this phone here, kind of look at some of this, and see what we got. So the new Moto Z and Moto Z Force come with a 5.5-inch Quad HD display. They both are almost identical, both of these phones. The only difference is The Moto Z is like razor thin. It's extremely thin. It's got a slightly smaller battery and a slightly different camera setup. And other than that, these are basically the same phones. So what we have here is a 5.5-inch Quad HD display. We have the same Snapdragon 820 processor and 4 gigs of RAM that we've seen in just about every flagship smartphone that's been released, you know, throughout 2016. We do have a fingerprint scanner here, which it's asking me to set up. If you can see that down below, we have a new kind of a square fingerprint scanner. It's not a button or anything, but it feels pretty nice. Go ahead and skip that for now as well. Skip anyways, and just get right down to the beginning. Wow, we don't want any of that, guys. And go ahead and get started here with the phone. All kinds of stuff here. So there we go. So we got the 5-inch screen, 5.5-inch screen. We have all the powerful internals under the hood. It's got 32 gigs of internal storage. There's a 64 gigabyte model that should be available, especially with the Moto Z on motomaker.com or motorola.com. And then of course we have a SIM slot and a micro SD slot, so you can expand that storage if you want to add more storage to this phone, which is good. They claim it's up to 2 terabytes. More likely, you know, it's 128 or 200 gig, you know, micro SD card. And then of course we have Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow here. It should get Android 7.0 of course. And what we have here is, you know, the standard Motorola fare. It's fairly stock Android with a couple of Verizon things and a couple of Motorola things kind of built in to kind of change the experience or enhance the experience while still delivering a pretty pure, you know, untouched version of Android rather than all the customization that we see from, you know, others like Samsung. So pretty much stock Android system here, running pretty good. It is all aluminum. It's got quite a nice design here with this brushed metal, and it's got kind of a textured power button and 2 small volume buttons on the side there. And then around back we have this big camera hump, and it's big. The camera bump's big, but the good thing here is when you use some of these style swap mods, it ends up being flush and looking really good, not to mention all those other adapters kind of give it a smooth experience in the end, but kind of out of the box not so much. And then of course this is a big 21 megapixel camera with just a lot going on. So the Moto Z Force has a big 3500 milliamp hour battery and a 21 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization, f1.8 aperture, phase detection, autofocus. I mean, it's blazing fast. It should rival the Galaxy S7, and it's got a lot going for it. So bigger 21 megapixel camera, bigger 3500 milliamp hour battery, and of course things like this Moto mod can significantly, you know, enhance battery life. And then it does also, one other difference on the Moto Z Force is it has that kind of shatter shield technology like we saw with the Droid and Droid Turbo and stuff last couple of years. So the screen is shatterproof. So well, according to Motorola, you know, it can't break, and those 3 things are the only thing that's kind of different between the Moto Z Force and the regular Moto Z that's going to be available for everyone else. So that was just a kind of a quick look. We can't really get into anything other than that too much for now, but there's a lot to talk about, a lot to go over. Go ahead and tear this off, this Moto style shell. Give this phone a slightly better look. So go ahead and snap that on, and once it's on, it's in there pretty good because it is all, you know, magnetic, and I mean it gets on there pretty good. It doesn't slide, it doesn't come loose, and now we have kind of a flat, flush, nice wood design on our Moto Z Force. So I'll give you kind of another look at that. I mean, it really doesn't add much thickness to the phone, but it kind of gives it that added styling that you kind of won't get anywhere else. So that was just one of a lot of different accessories here. We have a lot to jump into, like I said, so we're going to be checking out that projector and the JBL speakers, and, you know, Incipio and a lot of other brands all have kind of these portable battery Moto mods. This will clip on the same way as this wood back, except it's like a large, like 2300 milliamp hour battery, essentially putting this thing at like almost, you know, what, 5700 milliamp hours. This thing should last like 3 days. So there's a lot going on here, a lot to talk about, but stay tuned for more videos and hands-on and information about the new Moto Z and Moto Z Force and the Droid editions. Thanks for watching, guys.